had moments that are just very simple, like walking down the street on an early spring day where it was a little cool, but it wasn't cold. And I look around and I see the spring flowers starting to come up in my neighbor's yards. And I look up and I see the mountains. And there's just something about it that I feel my heart just lighten. And it makes me glad to be alive. And that is a joyful, simple moment. Of course, when I had my children, I held them for the first time. Those were very joyful moments. But I would say the ones that kind of stick with me are the ordinary ones. She has 5 rules on the road to happiness. First, it's your mood. We may feel that we're at the whims of our moods and emotions, but we actually have a lot more control than we think. Anyone can increase their level of joy or happiness by choosing where we put our attention. And number 2, it's an inside job. No one else can make you happy. That's the good news. And the not so good news. It's good news because others don't control how you experience your life. The not so good news is that you need to take the initiative to choose the thoughts that you're thinking, the attitudes you have, and to choose healthy reactions to people and events in your life. Number 3, you can have it now. External events, possessions, or situations don't guarantee long-term happiness, but daily commitment to feeling happier can make you feel happier. Number 4, the pursuit is what we're promised. In the United States, we have something called the Declaration of Independence. And a key line in that declaration is the pursuit of happiness. No one can guarantee our good spirits, because happiness and happy feelings is an ongoing process and something we need to seek. She says living a full and meaningful life requires a commitment to healthy ways of being. Number 5, there is a fast track to feeling good. So the shortcuts are shifting your thoughts to feelings of gratitude and loving kindness are quick ways to connect with your joyous heart. It's a pretty well-known idea that one way to make us feel more grateful is to actually keep track, maybe even write down 3 things a day that you're grateful for. I have found the kind of trap in that is that I end up writing down a very small similar list because I write down the things I'm most grateful for, like Jesus Christ, my family, my home, the beautiful mountains, the good people in my life, the things I've experienced that have taught me. But sometimes it's the small things. And one thing you can do, which you can walk through your home and put your hand on something and then think about why you're grateful for it. Like my refrigerator. I'm grateful for my refrigerator because that allows me to keep a wider variety of food to eat and they last longer. Generations before didn't have that ability. My piano. I had a really nice baby grand piano when I lived in California, and I had a studio and taught a lot of lessons. But then we had to sell it when we moved up here, and then I couldn't afford to buy a replacement, so I had this electronic piano that my parents gave me. So we were up here 10 years before I was able to buy my piano, and it was a used one, but it was a beautiful shiny black grand that I just longed to have, and I'm constantly grateful for it because I can make music. Even like some of the books that were my mom's, I pick them up and I remember why my mom loved that book. Or my pretty floral bowls. They're not expensive bowls, but I got those at Walmart a number of years ago. And they're our favorite bowls, and they always make me smile when I start to make something in them, just because they're cute. My bed, my comfortable bed, I'm so grateful for it because I went about 10 years with a really bad mattress that kind of sunk in the middle, and now I have a good mattress. That's a wonderful thing. The view out my window. The vacuum that I have that picks up the dog hair. You'll be surprised what comes up. There's a really nice section on meditation. Keep bringing that up, don't I? It's because it's a really well-known meditation or being mindful, learning how to be mindful, to be in the moment, to appreciate what's going on, to do some breathing. I did a little exercise this morning where it was just going back to the basics and have me breathe. Notice different places that I was feeling tense and was feeling a lot of tension in my forehead. And I realized, man, I'm doing that. So it's just like, oh, I don't need to. So you just kind of let everything get soft and you breathe. And if your mind starts wandering away, you practice bringing it back and breathing for like 10 minutes. And then I felt very calm after that 10 minutes. So it's a very good practice. And that's why doctors and psychologists and everybody really invite you to learn how to do that. Our minds tend to worry about the future or feel bad about the past. It's hard for us to pull the good things out of our past because we remember the bad things. And it's hard for us to think about the good things that will happen in the future. In fact, that's one of the suggestions she has. Think about when you're anticipating a vacation or anticipating being with someone you love. Set up things that you can anticipate. Now, I always say, I always have as much or more fun planning for my vacations as I do when I'm on the vacation. Pick out something that you can really anticipate. Like, I'm anticipating that I am going to take that new cookbook I have and go through it and pick something out and really enjoy the process of making that food and trying that food and deciding if that's a good recipe. It's the reason I bought that book, because I was anticipating that. So let me plan that and then I'll enjoy it more. I'm going to plan out that today in the afternoon, after I finish my chores and edit this video, I'm going to spend a half an hour playing the piano and half an hour working on my puzzle. And that will be fun. It'll give me something to look forward to. I loved this. She gives this exercise, which she calls 1, 2, 3. When you find your mind wandering to negative or stressful places, close your eyes and take 3 breaths. With the first breath, and feel the stillness in your body. Take a second breath and feel like silence in your mouth and in your tongue. With the third breath, you're going to let your mind expand, like the size of the room, the sky, the world. Just let it expand out. And then, before you open your eyes, smile. Then open your eyes and look at the world anew. And then there's something that I have seen therapists use, and that is your 5 senses. So when your mind is kind of worrying and you're feeling kind of negative, so notice colors around you. So we've got pink over here. What's around you? And then what sounds do you hear? Are there any sounds besides my voice? Notice any tastes on your tongue. Do you smell anything? I smell my body soap right now. It smells like peppermint. She has a lot of exercises for sleeping, for waking up, to get you a good start on the day, to lighten up, let the sun shine in, how to wake up and lighten up in the winter, exercises for joy all day, exercises and things you can do to help yourself have a better evening and a good night. Find your little spot in your home that you can make a cozy corner or a cozy place. That's what this room is to me. That feels really sweet and comfortable to me, with the pinks and the florals, and needs to be picked up right now. I haven't done that yet. You haven't seen that. But even like back here, you see all the florals? Here, I better get this. Even my AirPod case is cute. These are my glasses cases, my long distance and my reading. Somebody gave me this. It's a little book, Seek and Expect Miracles. And what the idea is, when there's some kind of little miracle or special thing that happens to you, you write it in there so you don't forget. And I have been doing word searches as brain exercises. If you're new, you don't know. And for those of you that know, I repeat this often because we always have new people. I got COVID in 2022 and then long COVID. And that's when I had to retire because I couldn't work anymore. And it affected different spots on my brain. So I'm always working on that and coming up with different ways I can cope because I can't do things exactly like I could before. And then a year ago, I fell down the stairs. I got a mild traumatic brain injury. I'm always working on brain exercises, different ways I can track what I'm doing, and just trying to have the best attitude about it I can, and trying not to get too frustrated with myself when I say things wrong. So if you ever hear me say things out of order, drop the ends of words, skip words, forget words, that's why. I got this at Barnes & Noble. I just love to look at it, and I have found it's good for me. It helps the tracking of my eyes, which is helping me read more of the books I enjoy reading. But you noticed I made sure I got a cute one. And then this is my little gratitude journal. And of course I got a cute one. I keep these things in this cute Charlie Brown dish. I think it's meant to cook with, but it's microwave safe and dishwasher safe and oven safe, but I just use it to keep all my cute stuff in. Have things around you that you enjoy, that make you smile. Create a cozy corner of your home and make it a peaceful haven. And that's what this is. Has exercises for different things you can do when you come home to feel joyful about being there. Different ways you can eat your meals that will increase your gratitude and your joy eating. How to attract hummingbirds. And I'm doing that. In fact, I just bought myself a new hummingbird feeder, and she gives some ideas of flowers you can plant. She talks about how working in a garden reduces stress, increases happiness, and even helps people sleep better. So create a small garden in your yard, on your windowsill, a rooftop, or a terrace, or a sunny corner. Just spend some time every day tending to plants. She talks about exercise, pick out the thing you like the best, and I have found that I like to walk, but I like walking the best when I'm walking in some place I enjoy, of course. I enjoy walking better if I don't listen to a podcast or music. If I use the time to just hear my feet walking on that cement or on the path, feeling the air around me, hearing the birds, seeing nature, and then letting my mind wander, because it's really good for your mind to do some wandering and even to be bored. It's really good for your mental health. Talks about what you can do when you're experiencing some roadblocks, being kind to strangers, helping other people, because it is true, it can make you feel more joyful. I have found that just walking around the mall, looking up, and smiling at people, it's very unexpected to them. Some states it's not, but in Utah it's very unexpected. But if I just give them a big smile and say hi, they'll go like that, they smile back, and I just feel happier. I learned to do this when I was overcoming my major depression, and it really perked me up. So you might want to try that. Learning to be in solitude and enjoy being with yourself. This is a nice one. On a strips of paper, write down sweet things you'd love someone to do for you for no reason, such as buy a treat or a trinket, give you a hand massage, offer you a compliment, leave a love note on your pillow, send you a little something in the mail. Write down as many ideas as you can think of and place the strips of paper in a special envelope or container. At least once a week, pick one at random and perform the kindness for yourself. I remember there was a book I read years ago, and I can't remember the name of it, but one of the suggestions she had was have a little drawer where you put things that you like in there. Notebooks or paper, little treats, little trinkets that you can occasionally open up and pull out that thing. So it's kind of a little joy drawer or a little happiness drawer or a little fun drawer. And I remember doing that. I had one of those drawers when I worked. And when I would get kind of, I would go get one of my little fun things out of there. I even had some little fun toys. Sometimes I'd put those on my desk, and then people who would come in to visit me would grab those things and play with them. That's something fun you can do for yourself. Very often, it's not the big things that make you feel joyful. It's the small things. We complain that others don't listen to us, but do we listen to ourselves? Having joy with others, of course, with your family, with your neighborhood. And I tell you what I've done. We have the cutest little family live next to us. She has this cutest little boy who loves to see our dog when she's out in the front, because our dog is so gentle with children, and she just will look at her and the little boy will run over there. And then she had a baby about 4 months ago. So whenever I'm outside and I see them, I always go over and talk to her because she's always out there letting the little boy wander around, and my dog usually comes and lay on the lawn. I can tell she really enjoys it when I go and talk to her. And of course, I've really enjoyed getting to know her, but I needed to take the initiative to go and talk to her when I saw her. So you might try doing the same thing. So often we just live in our little lane, but it used to be everybody knew their neighbors, and people would walk up the neighborhood, and people would purposely sit on their front porch so that when people came by, they could say hello to them. We can do that kind of thing today. Well, most of us can, depending on where we live. We can strike up conversations and get to know our neighbors. One idea she had is to scroll through your recent status updates, like in social media, and notice whether your posts are in line with the values you most want to uphold. Making sure that you are adding positivity to the internet. And one thing I periodically am doing, particularly because I watch a lot of YouTube, is have the videos I've been watching kind of drifting to more negative things, or am I focusing on positive people, people that uplift me, people that make me smile, that I feel inspired to try some new thing, that I just love their story, or videos that teach me the scriptures, or just positive things that ultimately will make me a better person? Or am I drifting to those negative things? And so if I find myself drifting, I pull myself back. There's so many good things in here. Oh, I hope you buy this book. I will link to it in the description, of course. This world is kind of crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on that can drag us down, but let's not let it. Joy in every moment. And I hope I see you again. Bye.